All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Normally, after my little countdown intro, you see my happy hump day video, but it's not hump day. It's Sunday. And this is a very, very special edition of Bill's Retro Gaming Show, Let's Talk. And we're doing this in honor of my good buddy Steve Sale, who you can see going on here. We've got down in the bottom, we've got the goal to give Steve back his smile. 8,400 raised already. We started out the day just under 7,000. We're already at 8,400. Goal's been bumped up to 9,000. It's going to keep going up. A little more about that as we get in. In the corner here, you can see my good buddy Steve's face there. That is going to flip back and forth between that, and there it goes to the QR code. So if you want to donate, if you want to continue to donate, you can do that. I've also got a pinned comment in the chat, so you can get to that as well. There's also in the description. So lots of ways that you can get to it to donate. Hope you guys have been really enjoying this day. Hope you guys enjoyed Chaotic right before me playing some Mario Kart and shaving his head live on stream for you guys. I mean, man, talk about dedication, brother. That was something else. But you know what? The real dedication goes to all of you out there who have been watching throughout the day today, who've been donating, who helped hit where we are now to get him to do that. Are you painting your toenails? No, I am not doing that. I don't think there's anything I can do that would match what Chaotic just did. But I do have an idea of something that I thought would be a little bit fun. And I'll get to some of the chat and say hi in just a couple of minutes here. Before we get started, I know you guys have been watching a lot of people do gameplay and streaming throughout the day. So I figured I'd break things up a little bit. I didn't do my usual show on Wednesday, so I'm going to basically do what I would normally do on a Wednesday, go through some news and some things that I found interesting throughout the week, some of which I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of. Some things you might find a little bit surprising, might be a little bit fun, hopefully. We'll go through that as the show progresses. Get through this in about an hour, move you guys on to Arcades Anonymous. Arcades Anonymous is going to do their stream right after me, followed by James Hates Everything. I think P-Dubs is going to get in there in the mix as well. He's going to do one of the shows, and then wrapping things up again with Michael B at the end of the night from 11 to 12 midnight Eastern time. From what I understand, he may have some special guests on for that final hour. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, I have a new camera. I just bought the Ozbot Tiny 2 Lite. I'm still playing around with it. It's got the gesture controls on it, and I got to get used to that. So I got to watch out for that. Let me zoom back in a little bit here like that. Keep it right there. I got to watch out for that. That's gonna get a little bit crazy. So again, while I don't think I can match what Brian did, I kind of thought of something that might be a little bit fun. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. This might be either a really good idea or a really bad idea as we go forward. But I got a little something sitting next to me here. A little something like this, and what I thought would be fun is got my little shot glass here, my little TARDIS shot glass. See that guy right there? We're sitting at 8,400 right now. Every time we hit another $50, I'm going to take a shot. And we'll see how good or how bad this goes, guys. So let's see what happens. But I figured, got to do something, right? Got to do something to keep it interesting. Well, before we get into some news and whatever, let's say hi. bunch of people. Wow. A lot of you have jumped on over from the other streams. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's say hi, and then we'll get into everything. Of course, Jason Lillian is here, our moderator, who I'm sure has been doing this all day long. Got to be getting tired by now. Gamer Fridge is here saying hello, what's going down? We got J-Rod in here saying hello to everybody. Good buddy Brooklyn Menace is here. Brooklyn, we got to do a stream together. We got to talk about that Time Crisis game console at some point and compare notes on it for sure. We got Stock Jock here. It's been a great jumping around from stream to stream. Of course, Chaotic is here as well, probably still shaving his head as we're speaking. He may show up later on tonight, maybe on Arcades Anonymous as well, so you guys can see the end result to that. Of course, the man of the hour here is Steve Sale. A little bit more about him in just a minute. Wow, we got Quarter Deck Arcades here saying hello. I got a little something special going on with them coming up soon. They sent me one of their units for review. I'm not going to spoil which one just yet. So I'm going to have that hopefully this week for you guys. We got Nick's Reviews here. We got Dark Realm GM. We got JJ here saying howdy. We got MG. Guys, this is the perfect time to grab something to eat, use the bathroom, have a shower, take a hour nap before we ramp back up again. Thanks, MG. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, who else we got? We got J-Rod here. We got Jim, the Pacers fan, in the chat as well. Let's see. What else we got? Bill already shaved. See, this is why I can't do it. It just, it wouldn't have the same effect that Brian had with those flowing locks of his that are now gone. Now we look the same. So it just wouldn't matter. We got Six Slayer here as well. We got Rascal here. I'll paint my toenails green and red if we hit 10K today. Good for you, man. Rascal was streaming earlier today as well, doing a little Metroid Prime and some Rocket League. That was a lot of fun if you guys caught that. We got Bobby1ALU here as well. We got Biggie D here saying, go Steve. Let's see. We got the bad guy, Mike Worley here. He's going to drink it all. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all up to you guys. Keep that in mind. We got Moat here saying, uh-oh. Yeah, he knows what's about to go down. We got Mitchell 440 here. We got RS Tout 1152. I think I'm saying that okay. I really don't like what YouTube's been doing with people's names lately. I feel like I should know some of these people, and I don't know them by what YouTube is saying right now. So welcome. We got Mike Hawkhurst. Appreciate you, Bill, and everyone involved today. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. We got Jabba UK here. Happy Monday, guys. I'm in the future. Yeah, it's probably Monday over there already, isn't it? All right, guys. So again, before we really jump into everything, got a few things that I want to talk about and cover tonight. Just a little bit, and I apologize if some of you guys have heard this already. I don't know who's been watching what streams and whatever tonight, but I got to just say it for a minute. This is, of course, in dedication to Steve Sale. Help him get his smile back. A lot of you know the story. For those of you who don't, Steve's a good guy, great member of the community. We have a lot of fun playing walkabout golf together. He's in a lot of the shows, chatting and doing that kind of stuff. He went through pretty serious issue few years back with cancer. As a result of that, he had to have a lot of his teeth removed. It's been kind of a sore spot with him for a number of years now, feeling a little bit, self-conscious about going out and whatever. And I'm sure this is something that he's always wanted to do, to have, the implants and the teeth put back in. And let's face it, it's expensive. It's definitely expensive and something that isn't easy to do on your own. So, of course, big shout out to Michael B. the Game Genie. Big shout out to James Hates Everything for the work in putting this GoFundMe together for Steve so that we could help him to do this. Now, for those of you, maybe you know, maybe you don't, Steve was actually able to have his surgery this past Wednesday. So he's recovering from that. That's great. The money we've raised has gone a long way to help him pay for it, but it's more than what we've raised so far. So every little bit helps to be able, for him to be able to pay it off, to, not have to lay out, not try to have to find the extra money on his own. So it's all good. All right. And that's why we're here tonight. Steve says, I'll pull the curtain back. Nothing to hide. Appreciate you, brother. For sure. All right. With that out of the way, let's get into some stuff here. And we're going to start. Let me see. Bring this up. We're going to start with the game that really... This is how I met Steve. This is how we started to become friends. And that's through a little bit of Walkabout Golf. Oh, by the way, thank you to whoever subscribed. I appreciate that. Some more little house cleaning real quick before I get into this. I have turned monetization off for this video, so hopefully there's not going to be a lot of interruptions with ads or anything. I don't know. YouTube's weird sometimes. Sometimes it just, they put ads because they want their money. So, but hopefully there isn't a lot of YouTube ads throughout this. Also, for right now, super chats and everything are turned off. So don't do any of that. No super chats. No, I don't think there's any way to turn off gifting memberships, but I'm asking you, please, tonight, don't do that. Put all your money to the GoFundMe to Steve. All right. And with that out of the way, no, it is not Gatsby's Bar and Grill. That is not the game where I met Steve and we started to become friends. It was actually this. This is Walkabout Golf. And maybe some of you guys have seen this or not. If you're a fan of Walkabout Golf, they just added this brand new course, this Alice in Wonderland course. And I got to tell you, this course is a lot of fun. I played through it on my own once when it first came out. Then last night I got to play with a bunch of the guys. A lot of fun. Doing great until the last two holes. I was in like second place for a good portion of the game. Doing great until like the last couple of holes. And then I completely blew it. I know Jason's here. MG is here. We were playing last night. They can certainly attest to the fact that I completely messed things up on the last two holes and was in like last place, I think, by the time it was done. Yes, thank you so much, MG. I did. I sucked bad on those last two holes. Again, was doing great up till then. But I got to say, it's a lot of fun. If you've got a VR headset, if you like this kind of stuff, Walkabout Golf is definitely a game to check out. And this new course is really great. They really did a great job with this one. It's a lot of fun. It's a little creepy if you're playing on your own, to be quite honest. It's a lot more fun when you're playing with other people. They have this really cool mechanic in it where your character will shrink and then go back to regular size as you're playing, as you run through the spilled bottles of the Drink Me stuff from Alice in Wonderland, and that is a really cool play mechanic in it as well. Steve Sale putting in the chat here, I was diagnosed with leukemia in 2010. I've been taking daily chemo for 15 years. Wow. Over the course of the years, the chemo destroyed my bone in my jaw, which resulted in loss of a lot of teeth. Wow. It's just a lot to go through. Just noticed YouTube did change my name when you announced it, Chip for Brains. Yeah, it's really weird what they're doing. It's like they don't allow the aliases anymore. It's just the @ with I guess whatever you set up as your YouTube name or your channel name. So really weird. I don't like it. No, sir, I do not like it. All right, but moving on from Walkabout Golf, let's talk about something else VR related. And this was something that just came out this week as well. For those of you who are fans of pinball, especially virtual pinball, Pinball FX VR just dropped a whole bunch of new tables. You've got the 3 Godzilla vs. Kong tables now available in VR. You've got Charlie Brown Christmas, which I'm excited for. I got to download that one. Haven't done it yet, but that's definitely one I'm going to pick up. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And you've got the Williams Pinball Universal Monsters, which is, I believe, Monster Bash and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Here we are. We've got Charlie Brown Christmas one, which looks like a lot of fun in VR. You got Lucy's little psychiatric help stand. You've got the Pigpen snowman on the side there as you play. And I'll tell you, these tables are so well done in VR. They are so much fun. And of course, if you've got one of those X-Arcade controllers to play these with as well, that really adds to the experience. I have not gotten one of those yet. I'm hoping to get one at some point and check it out for sure. But you got a little Godzilla here with, looks like Mecha Godzilla on the side as you play. You got Kong, of course. And then with the Godzilla vs. Kong, you've got Godzilla on the side as well. These look like they could be a lot of fun, but I'll tell you, the Charlie Brown Christmas is probably the one I'm most looking forward to. And then maybe this one too, the Monster Bash, which is, again, what is this? Where are you? Yeah, you get Creature from the Black Lagoon. And, oh, that is so cool. That is cool with the creature underneath like that. That's got to be really cool looking in VR. And then, of course, you got Monster Bash, which is a lot of fun as well. So these are definitely cool ones to pick up if you're into playing pinball in VR. And be sure you check those out. Let's see. So talking about Alice in Wonderland, Jason says it's a beautiful course, but I still enjoy Forgotten Fairyland much more. That is a fun course too. Definitely like that one as well. Oh, Brian. Oh, good news. She's not going to divorce me, but I'm not allowed to touch her for a couple of weeks. Oh, brother, the sacrifices we make. Gee, you get to touch her in a couple of weeks? That's a win. Very funny. Stephen continuing to let people know what's going on. Several years ago, I was denied treatment because of my cancer, which resulted in me withdrawing from society to an extent, meeting new friends in the walkabout golf community, and the actions of Michael B. Yeah, definitely, man. Jabba says fantastic collection of tables for December. I would agree. Absolutely. They look like a lot of fun. Like I said, I have not picked up any of them yet. Definitely going to pick up Charlie Brown's Christmas and maybe the Monster one. I might wait on the Godzilla one for now, but yep. They are a lot of fun. All right. So, moving from virtual pinball to real pinball, I want to show you guys something that I just stumbled across that I thought looked really cool, and you guys might want to check out. By the way, guys, just as a reminder, like I said, we're sitting at 8,400 right now for the GoFundMe. I know a lot of you guys have been donating all day long, and I get it. And if you're tapped out, I totally understand it. And like I said, I certainly can't match what Brian has done. But once again, we're at 8,400. For every 50 that gets donated, I'm taking a shot. So if you want to see me get a little bit tipsy as we go on, you can make that happen as the show progresses. But check this out. I found this on Nap Arcade a little earlier today. And this looks really cool and really interesting. And I thought this would be a fun thing to share with you guys. Maybe something a little bit different from a lot of the news that you've seen throughout the week. This is the dual deck pinball topper from Electric Playground. Let's see if I can play this. Yeah, good. Play this with no sound, so I don't get a little strike for this one. Not that it matters, because I'm not monetized on this. Probably wouldn't really matter at all. But check this out. So they've made this topper designed to go with. This will work for, I think, 9 different. Here we go, 9 different Star Wars themed pinball machines, and this is set up so that it'll work with the table. So if the solenoids fire or lights go on, then the lightsabers will light up and everything on this. I think if you happen to own a Star Wars pinball machine, then this would be a really, really cool topper for it. But the nice thing about this is it's not designed as just a pinball topper. They've actually got a version of this that you could just be wall decoration. You can just mount this on your wall, and it's got a little lip that you can put some little figures and things on to display. And see, like just like that right there. And you hit a button to light it up. You can put your little minifigs or different things on there. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you want something really cool to put like in your game room or just as a little kind of display thing, then something like this I think would be really cool. Now, I gotta tell you, it ain't cheap. But then again, most of these type of things, pinball toppers and whatever, aren't cheap. This thing is gonna run around $800 as a pinball topper and $730 for the wall mount. You can go over to here. This is the Electric Playground's website. If you want to order it, $7.99 for the topper edition, $7.29 for the wall art edition, $100 deposit, and then this is going to ship sometime in January. I think they said January 1st, actually. So going back to this a little bit, full details, features 4 unique. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. There we go. Features 4 unique light shows, standard light show, and 3 special light shows. Each is triggered by the included easy access front buttons or self-installed under playfield triggers for the pinball edition. You'll have the ability to customize and control the light shows displayed on the dual deck as you see fit. With these triggers, you'll be able to make the dual deck work on any pinball machine, and will include instructions for installing on 9 classic space-themed pinball machines. So I guess not just Star Wars, but some space-themed machines. Of course, obviously, Star Wars would be the most ideal for something like this. But yeah, I saw this and I thought this really looked cool. You got a Blade Battle mode, Blade Energized mode, Blade Inferno, Epic Sword Battle in a Fiery Pit. I guess that's with the lights behind it and everything. But yeah, just a really cool display piece. Even if you're not a pinball person, but you like Star Wars and you'd like to have something like that in your game room or whatever. Again, at $730, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap at all. But then again, you know, if you buy some of those really well-made lightsabers that are out there, you know, they can run that easily too. I paid somewhere in the neighborhood of like $350, I think, for the Ultra Saber that I have. So, you know, you put 2 of those together and, you know, you're at easily $700-800. Now, these are not as big as some of those lightsabers at all, but still, you know, you kind of get the idea with that as well. Let's see. Mitchy B says, glad you're improving, Steve. Always good to see. Jabba UK, God has blessed you with some amazing friends, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People think this dual deck thing looks nice, pretty cool. Don't ruin it with Legos. You don't have to put Legos on it. That was just one of the things that they said. But yeah, like I said, it ain't cheap. It definitely ain't cheap. Nick says that's a sweet topper. Let's see. Shot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Look at that. We're at 3470. We're so busy talking about that I missed it. So we're going to do the first one. All right, here we go. Bottoms up, everyone. That's number one. That's number one right there. So, and we're already at 84.70, another 30, and I'll be taking another one. So let's see how it goes. Cheers. Yeah, keep me honest, guys, as I'm going through this, all right? I don't want to miss it. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next thing. So, we're going to talk a little Golden Tee now. And some of you guys may have seen this, but I wanted to point this out. This is the Golden Tee wireless controller that is made in conjunction with New Wave Toys and with GRS for their trackball. And this is now available in BJ's. You can find it in store. You can order it online. Normally goes for $220, about $225. This is on sale right now for $200. If you want to check it out, if you see it in store, or if you want to check it out online, this is basically the same control deck that is designed to go with the Golden Tee New Wave Toys Replicade that is hopefully going out early next year. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Ooh, John J is here. Hey, Bill. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. We got Cornercades here as well, talking, I don't know, football or something. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff, if I'm being honest, but you guys enjoy it. This is very simple, but this doesn't need the Golden Tee. This doesn't need the Replicate from New Wave Toys. It's all built right into this control deck. Same Golden Tee games. I think there's 6 different Golden Tee games into this. You can set this up to go to your TV by HDMI, or you can use a wireless transmitter for HDMI that this has with it. Now, one thing I do want to mention, Glenn talked about this on his show on Friday, is that a lot of these were ordered, more so, I think, than they could keep up with GRS for these. So one thing, again, you'll notice on here is that this does say Arcade Accurate GRS Trackball on it. But it sounds like there's going to be some of these coming down the road. Maybe not at BJ's, maybe at other places. Apparently, this is going to hit some other retailers at some point as well. They may not all have Glenn's trackball in them. They may have a different trackball that was sourced from a different company in them, just because of the demand for this particular unit. So if you're interested in this and you want to make sure that you get one with the GRS trackball, check the box and make sure it says Arcade Accurate GRS Trackball when you buy it. Now, from what I understand, all the ones at BJ's, especially all the ones that they have now that you can get, will all have the GRS Trackball. But those going to some other retailers in the near future may not. So that's just something to keep an eye on if you see this someplace else other than BJ's. I had to take another shot. We're over 8,500. Time for the second one. Wait a minute. Am I getting drunk already, or am I getting blurry? Come on. Focus. Focus. Come on. Focus. I had this new camera. I got to figure it out. You can already see it's kind of moving me side by side. Let me see if I can kind of... let's see. Let's turn off that. Turn that off. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Number 2. Cheers. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. By the end of the stream, I'll be doing the show from the floor. Hopefully I can stay on track with what I wanted to talk about. Jeez. You guys are doing great. What do we got going on here? Let me check out the here we go. It's in stores now for $1.99. I fully expect these to drop about 50% if they don't set up a special display. My store hasn't sold a single unit. That's interesting. That Scott Boomer's here. Wasn't the controller made by New Wave Toys? It's made in conjunction with them. I don't know if there's another company involved as well, but I know that they do have something to do with it for sure. B. Kirby is here saying, "What's up, fellas?" Nix thinks it's a great price. Mike, yes, this is New Wave Toys with the 6 games built into it. It's cool, but does it make Golden Tee any better? Well, listen, if you don't like Golden Tee, you don't like Golden Tee. Let's see. Hey, Bill, you don't have to do that. Doing this for Steve and all. It's good. You don't have to take shots. I just thought it was something fun. I thought it was something fun to keep you guys, to give you guys a little incentive to keep donating. Like I said, I can't do what Brian did. I can't shave my head. Like, what's the point? It's practically shaved already. So I can't do that. So it's got to be something, right? It's got to be something. Ooh. That was weird. All right. So moving from one thing to another with that. So that's the Golden Tee that's there. But I know a lot of you guys are probably interested in what the heck is going on with New Wave Toys. So if you guys did not catch Glenn's show Friday night, his Kicking It Old School show, go back and watch it, because he talked about a lot of what's going on here. And if I'm being quite honest, I don't know if what he talked about necessarily makes people feel any better about New Wave Toys, but it is what it is. I don't know how else to say it. Check out Glenn's stream. He talks about Shiloh actually calling him on the phone. He goes through a whole story of what was going on with him at work with his son at the whole time. I'm not going to spoil that. Check it out. But I am going to talk a little bit about what they talked about, so you guys have kind of an idea. But go ahead, watch the stream, talk about that. And by the way, watch the whole stream. If you missed it, don't just watch through the New Wave Toy stuff and then stop, because you're going to want to hear the story from Glenn Baisley about when he met Gil Gerard of Buck Rogers fame. I'm not going to spoil it. Those of you who watched, you know what I'm talking about. Don't spoil it for other people. But go watch the stream just for that. Just to hear what he had to say about meeting Gil Gerard from Buck Rogers. But in terms of New Wave Toys, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not know. Shiloh, who's the owner of the company, too soon? Too soon? I'm not going to say what it was. Mitchie B says it was hilarious. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Getting back to New Wave Toys. Shiloh, who's the owner of the company, was in a pretty serious car accident earlier this year. I mean, we're not talking like a little fender bender. I mean, we're talking in the hospital, needed recovery, all that kind of stuff. Sounds like he's doing pretty well. Like I said, he was able to give Glenn a call, talk to him about a few things, so that's a good sign. But what some of you may not know is that Shiloh's actually from Canada. He's Canadian. And he was up in Canada at the time of the accident. Obviously, he was stuck up there through recovery and things like that. But now he's trying to get back to the U.S., and he's actually having some... He's actually having some issues, some visa issues getting back into the U.S. now. So he's been kind of stuck up in Canada for a while. And that is that's one of the reasons why New Wave Toys has been so quiet lately. Just because of what Shiloh's been going through with the accident, the fact that he can't get back to here. I don't want to sound like I'm being apologetic or making an excuse for them, but you have to understand that New Wave Toys is a very small company. And when you've got one main guy like Shiloh, who is the main decision maker, he's the guy that's got to sign off on everything. If he doesn't sign off on it, it ain't moving, because he's the only one with the authority to do that. The other people who work there, people like Eduardo, they're great people. They do a great job with a lot of the stuff that they do, but they don't have the authority that Shiloh has. Now, maybe that's something that will change after this incident. Maybe he needs to kind of groom somebody to be a second in command that can make decisions when he's not available. Hopefully that's something that will come out of this and all. But, that's one of the reasons why things have been where they are for a while now. But it sounds like, hopefully this is something that they're going to get back. Why does that keep turning on? I don't want the AI tracking thing. Hopefully this is something that they're going to get back on track on. Shiloh was pretty, gung-ho about getting back on track with things by the beginning of the year and moving forward. Apparently they have some new things in the hopper that they're going to talk about next year as well. Glenn hinted he knew what they were. I have no clue what they are. He didn't say. He wasn't going to break that trust on it. I know most of you don't care about new stuff. You just want the stuff that has been promised, that has been pre-ordered out there. And I'm with you. I get that. I've pre-ordered a lot of stuff too. I've got some pre-orders out for some of the Time Tunnel playset stuff. Not the full playset, but some of the little add-ons, like the signs and things like that. I've been waiting on those for a little while. I thought they would look really cool with my displays here for my things. I've got a pre-order in for the Golden Tee with the full-on control deck from Glenn on it. I'm really excited to see that for sure. I've been waiting, obviously, like a lot of you guys have, for a long time on that. So I'm trying to be hopeful and optimistic that they are going to get back on track early next year. They've had another tariffs, of course, are another thing that have been an issue for them, trying to navigate that and figure that kind of stuff out. And again, when you're a small company and your main guy just isn't available, it's tough to make a lot of those decisions and figure out where you're going to go with things. So it sounds like Shiloh's on the mend. Hopefully that means things are going to pick up in 2026. They're going to get everything out that they owe to people and then move on to the next stuff, because let's face it, once people get the stuff they're owed, then it's going to be, okay, what next? Because that's just the way this community is a lot of the time. We want new stuff. We want cool stuff. And we know there's more coming from them. So I'm hopeful that things are going to pick up for them pretty soon. JJ says, glad to hear New Wave Toys trying to get back on track. I canceled my Ski-Bowl pre-orders, but kept my Crystal Castle. He told me it was shipping Q2 of 2026. I'm hoping as well for that. For our community, we can't wait, especially after such a horrific accident. We can wait. Get well soon, Shiloh. We got your back. Yeah, that's I like to see stuff like that too. I like to see people understanding about things like that. Mike Hawker says 2026 should just be about fulfilling old orders and secretly producing new products in the background. No more pre-orders. New Wave Toys needs to have products on hand before putting them up for sale. I understand that sentiment, but again, I think part of the issue is because they're such a small company, they tend to rely on those pre-orders to know for sure if it's something that they can produce even. It's tough to produce something like these and have a lot of them on stock and then hope people buy them. Let's say you make a machine and nobody's interested in it and nobody buys it. That's the kind of thing that can put a very small company out of business really, really quick. So while I get what you're saying, Mike, I get that sentiment. I also understand why New Wave Toys does things the way that they do. There's got to be a backup plan if something happens. Agreed. And like I said, hopefully that's something that comes of this, that they realize that, again, maybe there's got to be a VP, there's got to be a second in command that can make decisions when the main guy just isn't available. I feel his citizenship is more the issue than the accident, in my opinion. That's crazy, owning a company here and not being a citizen or resident with a green card. What happens if they deny his visa? I don't know, but that's obviously some of the things that they're going through right now with that. But I do want to bring this up too, because, where is it? Hold on a minute. Let me get this back up. I had this up before and I must have closed it by a mistake. So while a lot of us are waiting for a lot of these pre-orders and stuff, there are things that are available from them, and they've had this Blacklight Friday sale going on for a while, and they're going to continue to do it, I think, through December 12th. So you still have time if there's something that you want to pick up that you haven't yet, at least anything that's still on sale and hasn't sold out yet, like the Zoltar or the little keychain for $10. This change machine is great. Same thing with the I don't have the cigarette machine, but similar concept as a USB hub for keeping some of your stuff charged. This book, $60 on sale for $48. This insert coin. I'll tell you what, I picked it up. This was the one thing that I decided to get during the Blacklight thing, because I have a lot of the other products. They have the mini posters, the little mini Blacklight posters too. I have a few of them. If I move my camera over a little bit, you can see a couple of them on the side there. I've also got the one that looks like a DeLorean. I just haven't put it up yet, but they look really cool when you've got them there, especially if you've got the Blacklight going. But I really wanted to pick up this book because I've said it before, I am definitely a nerd for books and things like this. And this one is really cool. Now, this isn't the kind of book that's got like a ton of information about the games, but what's cool about it is just all the pictures. It's really basically just a picture book. It's a visual guide to the golden age of arcade machines from 1978 to 1986. And if you like this kind of stuff, this is really cool. Like, this is the first one on there, 1942. They've got the a look at the cab, at the control panel, some screens from the game, little side view of the machine. You've got to look at the marquee, more screens. You've got the flyer for it and a little information. And every game in here is the same. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you like the way that these machines look and different stuff, to kind of give you an idea of oh man, this freaking camera, it keeps turning the AI tracking on. I don't know why it does that. It's just doing it automatically. Stop it. So if you like stuff like that, then this is still on sale. It's a cool book. Goes on my shelf with a lot of the other books that I have. And I like that. And then, of course, you've got, like I said, the stools here. Some of them are sold out already, but they still got a few of them. Bunch of other stuff in here. So, said sale still going on through the 12th. So that is definitely something you guys could check out if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff. When I canceled my pre-order, they told me they would make an exception. I thought, wow, an exception. But they did follow through, and about 4 days later, the money landed back in my bank. Yeah. I understand. with something like that. It's a gorgeous book, Bill. I guess Jason has it too. Yeah, said I like stuff like that. I think that stuff is really cool, especially if you're a history buff for arcades and arcade games and stuff like that. It has way too many words for you, Danny. No, he's good. It's a picture book. He'll be okay. It'd be better if it was pop-up. Please show us more pages of that book. What does the text say? Is it just a blurb about the game? Yeah, no, it's not really the history of the game. That's not the point of it. So, like, here, let me see. So, like, here's Dig Dug. It's basically you've got the flyer here, and I think this is pretty just like the info on it from the flyer. So not a lot of like history. It's not going to tell you like the year it came out or anything really special about the game. It's more just the flyer and a little info about the game. It's more for seriously. It's more for the pictures of what the cab looked like, the control panel, the marquee, things like that. So it's that kind of a book. Israel Gaming is here. Just got off work. What did I miss? Hello, everyone. Here's what you missed. We're sitting at $8,520 for the GoFundMe for Steve to give his smile back. I am taking a shot of this for every $50 raised. So we're $30 away from another shot. I've already had 2. I don't know what's going to happen after 3. But another $30 and we're at another shot. And we've only got about 10 minutes left for the stream. And then we're going to move over. Guys, after my stream comes Arcades Anonymous. Just like on a Wednesday, going to have you redirected right over to them so you can check out Arcades Anonymous, see what they're going to do for the all-day stream here. After that comes James Hates Everything. I believe P-Dubs is going to be right after James, and then it's going to go to Michael B. to finish up. And like I said, we'll see if a few of us show up on his stream as well. I have a bunch of bitmap books on the history of the NES, SNES, C64, blah, blah, blah. Really well made in slipcases with bookmark ribbons. I did those sort of things. I dig those sort of things in the history too. Yeah. Corner Case says, this is great. What a Sunday. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Everybody's been doing such a great job. I'm so psyched with what everybody's been doing. All right. So let's get to the last topic of the night. 10 minutes left to move you guys over. And that's this. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about the brand new Nova Blast Candy Cab, the Raiden Candy Cab. This is now available for pre-order in case anybody is interested. I know 19K Fox has been obviously very interested in following this and a lot of the stuff that Unico does. I know James Hates Everything has one of the original candy cabs that they came out with. But this one I think looks really cool just because it's themed after Raiden. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Raiden. I do like shmups. This one was never really a big one for me, but I do have to say, I do think that this thing looks pretty cool. Now, again, not cheap. You're talking about $1,400, down from $1,500. So for the pre-order right now, you are saving $100 on this. I got to be honest. If, in all seriousness, if this is something you're interested in and you're planning on getting this, I would literally spend the extra $100 on the deluxe. I don't know why this thing is jumping all over the place to do that. For the one that comes with the 2 stools, I mean, why wouldn't you? For an extra $100, you're saving $200 on this one. It just kind of makes sense to me. But if you're a fan of Raiden, if you're a fan of the shmups, then this would be something really cool to pick up. Of course, you can change. You could probably, just like the other candy cab, You could probably swap this out with your own boards, put your own games in it, whatever you want to do on this. But it does come with a bunch of games, which is something that the original Candy Cab from them didn't do. You've got Raiden, you've got Raiden Fighters, Raiden DX, Raiden 2, Raiden Fighters 2 Operation Helldive, Raiden Fighters Jet, and Dark Mist. So a bunch of different games on this. You see it's all set up. You got your, here's what the UI looks like. You've got different themes you can pick from. You got your game selection as you move back and forth. You've got game saves on this. So, and I don't know what they're using. I don't know if it says what they're using, what kind of board this has in it for the games, whether it's like a Pi or something that you just add games to, or if there's more to it than that. But I do think it's pretty cool. I think it's definitely a lot of Raiden. Yes, it's definitely a lot of Raiden. So you'd have to be a Raiden fan if you want to pick something like this up, as opposed to the original Candy Cab that they came out with. But let's see. It is a little weird to me. It looks like they actually have two different versions of the marquee. So they've got one that has Raiden on the marquee, but the Raiden 2 side art. And then this one, which, again, still has the Raiden 2 side art, but has a Raiden 2 marquee on it. So I think the one with the Raiden 2 marquee makes a little more sense if you got Raiden 2 on the side art. But, again, not really into these games as much, so I don't really know. And then you can see here you've got your Sanwa joystick, you got your Sanwa buttons on these things, volume control knob on it, 26-inch 4:3 monitor. The Unico monitor is supposed to be really good from what I understand. You've got your light-up marquee, you've got your speakers up here, control panel, you got the bass. You've got a working coin door. This thing's got a working coin door on it, which I think is pretty cool too. So, yeah, I don't understand the Raiden marquee with the Raiden 2 side art, if I'm being honest. If they offer a Raiden 2 marquee, it would make more sense to me. Here's some dimensions on the thing. I don't know why they have a guy standing here when most people play Candy Cab sitting down, which is why the benches or the stools make a lot of sense for something like this. But overall, like I said, I do think it's pretty cool. I like these Candy Cab type things. I don't know if I have like a really good spot for them in my arcade, but they are pretty cool. Let me blow this up a little bit, maybe make that a little bit easier. So yeah, you can see the front of it here with the two stools, little kind of off to the side view on it, side art with the Raiden 2 on it, the back, the other side of it here again with the stools. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, if I'm being quite honest. Like I said, I don't know that I'd spend, $1,400 on $1,500 on it, but if you like candy cabs, if you like shmups, then that is definitely one to look into. JJ says the Raiden Unico cab looks sleek, but it's a ton of money, and I still have lots of questions about its capabilities. All right, interesting. Would have been cool to have Raiden from AK on the side art. This more, yeah. Different Raiden. That's a different Raiden. I like it, but it has a fat bottom. Leave it at that. Yeah, this one, yeah, there's no wheels on this. It does have the little feet that you can adjust, which is good. Is the other Unico vertical screen? You can set it up either way. You can have it be vertical or horizontal. You could probably do the same thing with this one, but the fact that it is made for the Raiden games, which is a vertical screen, is how it probably comes by default. But I believe you can switch it around from vertical to horizontal, which is good. I like it, but I'd wait for a different IP. It's possible. They're supposed to have a few things in the works for next year, from what I understand. So it's quite possible that we could see something else from them beyond Raiden. Have to wonder. I honestly have to wonder if that Raiden Cab came about specifically because of Fox, because we know he's such a fan of that game. He's got kind of an in with Unico, so maybe he had a little bit of pull in convincing them that was a good way to go. I don't know. You'd have to watch his show to check it out for sure, to see what he has to say. Maybe if they had some Destiny FOMO side instead, it would be up my alley. Well, listen, I'm sure you can skin it any way you want. Do you like my G.I. Joe Nintendo cab? I do, Israel. I do. I think that what G.I. Joel has done is phenomenal. I've talked about his stuff before. I'm sure I will talk about it again in the future. God, I am at such a standstill right now with stuff that I can buy, which is a shame. Just because I've gone through all these house repairs, which a lot of it was paid for by insurance, but some of it we had to pony up the money for ourselves, and some other issues that I don't really want to get into right now. Not on this stream, at least. Maybe I'll talk about them in the future, but tonight's not the right night for it. So, it's kind of put a lot of, especially big ticket items on hold for right now. But if I could right now, I tell you, G.I. Joel's cab is definitely one that I'm keeping an eye on. Hopefully he'll continue to produce these. He'll continue to do different waves of them, and maybe sometime next year I can put some money aside and pick one up. I would love to have a Nintendo-themed cab in my arcade that I can play a lot of the Nintendo games or the vertical games on it that kind of fit that same mold as Donkey Kong and Popeye. See, that's where I'm stuck, though. I don't know. Do I go... I'm almost stuck between Donkey Kong Jr. and Popeye. I know the decision would depend on which color I get. Like if I'm going to do Donkey Kong Jr., I'd probably get I'd probably get it in orange. If I'm going to do Popeye, I'd probably get it in blue. I don't know that I would do Donkey Kong. Although I like that game, I've always been more of a Donkey Kong Jr. fan. And Popeye, I love that game too. I think it's a neat looking cab. So I don't know. I don't know which way I would go. $1,700 after shipping and tax. Yikes on bikes. Yeah, again, not cheap. A couple of things I talked about tonight. Not cheap. That's for sure. House stuff sucks. Yes, it always does. But so here with the house stuff, yeah. For those of you who didn't know the story, I had a pipe come loose, leak from my hot water heater. It caused a little mini flood in a hallway where the hot water heater was, a little bit into the living room, a little bit into my bedroom. Had to have it completely done, completely remodeled. But luckily, insurance was there. Insurance paid for 90% of it. Had to pony up a couple thousand myself based on some issues with the floor of our bedroom that had to get redone. That wasn't really part of what happened with the pipe leak, so it wasn't really covered. It kind of went above and beyond what they gave us. Not too bad, luckily. But I got to tell you, kind of a blessing in disguise because, like I said, I've basically had my entire house, the living section where we are, completely remodeled. A bedroom, a hallway. The living room. We had the kitchen redone a number of years ago. It looks like a brand new house, and considering, like I said, 90% of it was paid by insurance, kind of a blessing in disguise. Jason Llewellyn is going to make a Popeye. That's cool. Castlevania in that form is nice looking. Yeah, absolutely. The play choice is really cool looking too. Not a big play choice person though, so like I said, that's why I would go with one of the ones I said. No, MG wants a Wreck-It Ralph and now a Switch 2 cab. We'll see. I spent $10K on the house the last couple of months, and I know it's going to be more than... Yeah, see, again, I get it. All right, guys, listen, it's 9 o'clock, which means Arcades Anonymous is starting or is starting soon. Thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Thank you for the donations during the stream, making me take a couple of shots of this. Sorry, guys, you couldn't get me fall down drunk. Better luck next time. But guys, let's move on over to Arcades Anonymous. Again, like I said, after them, James Hates Everything, P-Dub's Arcade Loft, and then Michael B. the Game Genie. And hopefully I'll see you guys again maybe later on tonight. If not, I will see you guys during the week, usual time, Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. See you guys there for another edition of Let's Talk. Much love to my good buddy Steve Sale. So glad that you're healing. So glad you've been able to have this surgery. Hopefully we can keep helping you out with the payments on it. Guys, keep donating, keep supporting, keep watching the other guys. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Happy gaming.